Today we have an exciting topic to discuss, especially if you're new to cruising or looking to make your next debarkation process as smooth as possible. We'll be sharing some valuable tips for both self-assist and assisted debarkation. So let's dive right in. Ahoy travelers, it's Amy here to help you make your travel experience a success. Debarkation can be one of the most stressful parts of cruising, but it doesn't have to be. First up, let's talk about self-assist debarkation. This is where you handle everything yourself, including your luggage, and you get off the ship independently. It's a great option for those who want to control their own schedule or, like us, have a long drive and just want to get on the road as quickly as possible. Let's break down 3 tips for those choosing to self-assist debarkation. Number 1, pack smart. One of the most crucial tips is to pack smartly. Ensure that your essential items are easily accessible in your carry-on bag, like travel documents, medications, and valuables. Even though you're carrying off your own luggage, you're going to need to be able to access your travel documents quickly and easily. The easier it is to walk with your luggage, the better. My luggage has wheels that turn 360 degrees, and my carry-on bag has a sleeve that allows me to slip it over the handle of that suitcase. Then my backpack just goes right on my back. Tip 2, know the schedule. Check your cruise itinerary or ask cruise staff for information about the debarkation schedule. Often this information will be on the daily information placed in your cabin or on the ship's app. Know when you're expected to leave the ship, as it can vary from port to port. There's no reason to grab luggage tags, which are usually available to pick up a day or 2 before the end of your cruise. Those are for guests using assisted debarkation. That's a big thing. People do that all the time. They grab the tags not knowing they don't need them. And then you'll find them just randomly left in places along the ship. You don't need them. Tip 3, the early bird gets the worm. Arrive at the designated debarkation area early to avoid long lines. The earlier you get there, the sooner you'll be on your way. Elevators get very busy, and different lines will have their own system of limiting elevators to only going to and from certain decks. Always be ready prior to the time scheduled for self-assisted debarkation to begin. If your ship gets to port early, debarkation will begin early. Now let's talk about assisted debarkation. This is where the crew will pick up your luggage the night before and take it off the ship for you once it's docked in the morning. This option is perfect if you prefer a little extra help from the cruise staff with your luggage, or if you have a later flight and there's just no reason to rush off the ship. This is often the preferred method for those with mobility issues. Please know that if your luggage was collected as part of assisted debarkation, you should not leave the ship with the self-assist guests. Your luggage is not going to be ready. It's not going to be waiting for you. You're going to have to stand off to the side and wait, and there's not a waiting room with chairs if you make this mistake. I've seen people do this. If you're interested in assisted debarkation, here are some tips. Number 1, sign up early. If you want assisted debarkation, sign up for the service as soon as you're able to. There will be announcements and information either placed in your cabin or available on the app as to when and where you can sign up, or oftentimes there is no sign up. You just go and you choose a debarkation group. You choose the luggage tags that you want that has the group number that you want. Luggage tags will usually be set out in a common area sometime the day before, possibly 2 days before debarkation. Send someone from your group to go grab enough tags for each piece of luggage that you're having crew take off the ship for you. Number 2, communication is key. If you have specific needs, share them with cruise staff. They can better assist you if they know your preferences and requirements. Do this early enough to give staff time to attempt to make accommodations if that's possible. And tip number 3, luggage organization. Attach the provided luggage tags and ensure your bags are organized and easy to identify. This will save you time at the luggage collection area. If you have basic black luggage, you're going to want to add a ribbon or some kind of identifier to make it easier to locate in that sea of black bags. Your luggage will need to be set outside your cabin the evening prior to disembarkation. Pay attention to exactly when that is, as it will vary from cruise to cruise. Do not forget to leave out clothes for your travel home. That includes your shoes. You don't want to be that person having to go through the terminal in robes and slippers. Trust me, it happens. No matter what type of debarkation you choose, there are some tips that apply to everyone. But before we get to those, if you enjoy this video and maybe even learn something, consider subscribing with the notification bell on so you don't miss out on any future posts. Be sure to hit that like button as well. It only takes a second, and doing so helps cruisers like you find us. So tip number 1, gather your belongings. Before leaving your cabin, double check for any personal items. Be sure to check in the closets, drawers, under the bed, in the shower, and of course, that safe. You don't want to leave anything behind. Once you get off the ship, it is impossible to get back on. Can you imagine making it off the ship, then realizing that your passport is still locked in the safe back in your old cabin? Tip number 2, be patient and respectful. Debarkation can be a powder keg ready to blow. People are tired, the high of being on vacation's over, and the stress of trying to get home has already begun. Tippers flare easily, and many may be running on a short fuse. There may be people who break the rules, cut in line, and are rude to those around them. Like embarkation, there is a lot of hurry up and wait going on. Pack your patience. Be patient with your fellow cruisers and be patient and respectful to the staff who are doing their best to accommodate everyone. Tip number 3, have your documentation ready. Make sure you have your identification, passport, and any necessary visas on hand. You'll need them when you're going through customs. It's hard not to know this, as terminal workers are going to be saying it over and over again as you work your way through the terminal area. But there will still be people who wait until the last minute to try to dig out their documentation, and then they have to step out of line to do it. Tip number 4, express gratitude. Don't forget to thank the cruise staff for their help and hospitality. They're going to be cruise members all along as you make your way off the ship, and it's a perfect time for one last thank you and attaboy. Plus, it's a great way to end your cruise on a positive note. Are you one to take your luggage off yourself, or do you prefer to have the crew do it for you? What are your debarkation tips? Drop those in the comment below. Why not stick around and check out this video on the other stressful day of cruising, embarkation, and then come back for more information designed to help you have an amazing cruise. Have a blessed week, everyone.